Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sober School, where you can always find experience, strength, and hope. My name is Drew. I'm an alcoholic. We want to welcome you to this platform here today, regardless of what your addiction may be. You're welcome here. We support multiple pathways of recovery, not just one, but all pathways. And whichever pathway it is that you choose, we're here to help, and we definitely want to make sure that it works for you. If you're watching this through the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page, we encourage you to share your own experience, strength, and hope, and your own words of wisdom. You never know who needs to hear what it is you might have to say, and it could just change someone's life, including your own. If you're watching this through another recovery group out there on Facebook, we encourage you to just stop by and check out the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page. Just type it in your Facebook search bar, and it should pop right up. So those of you posting in the Recovery Classroom, make sure you follow those guidelines. We want to make sure that when folks come here seeking experience, strength, and hope, that they find it rather than someone trying to find a date or scam them out of money. This is not a dating site, I promise. I want to talk today about timing. Timing is everything. When I first came in the rooms many years ago, 10, 11 years ago, something like that, I walked in and heard them talking about this God thing, and I was like, yep, AA is not for me. Not going to happen. And of course, I subsequently ended up spending the next 10, 11, 12 years, whatever, battling my alcoholism, battling my disease, thinking that I was going to figure it out. I'd already figured everything else out in life, right? So surely I was going to figure out how to manage my drinking, how to manage my life. And lo and behold, in July of 2021, I came to the realization that I couldn't figure that shit out at all to save my life. I had tried everything. And so I stumbled back into the rooms, and probably the first 25, 28 days, somewhere in that ballpark anyway, I came back into the rooms that I had originally started coming to many years before. And I was hesitant, I was apprehensive, I was going into it with the preconceived notions from 10, 12 years ago. So of course I wasn't going to get as much out of these rooms that I was returning to because I already had these preconceived ideas in my head from 10, 12 years ago. This whole God thing. And so I remember thinking, okay, this is only going to last me so far. Sure, I'm 25, maybe 30 days sober, but this is only going to last me so long. And I need to find something and find a way to get into a program to where I can actually, learn it, understand it, figure it out, apply it in my own life, my own skills. And so I remember, like I said, I was about 25, 30 days in, and my wife and I were planning on going to a particular meeting, one of these particular meetings, and we had to drop our daughter off like 10 miles down the road. And on the way to drop my daughter off, we realized we weren't getting back in time for this meeting. We were not getting back in time for this meeting. There's no way in hell. There was an automobile accident. Traffic was gridlocked. There was no way in hell we were making it back to this meeting. And I remember thinking, God, this is important for me. I've got to make these meetings if I'm going to get help. Granted, I wasn't really looking for as much out of those meetings because I had these preconceived ideas. I pulled up my phone, opened up an app, and I said, hey, there's a meeting like 2 blocks from where we were currently at that moment. Mind you, we had to go 10 miles back up the road. There's no way in hell we were going to make it there in time. So I said, well, hey, let's go to this meeting over here. It's 2 blocks away. It's an AA meeting. Surely, it'll be fine. And we walked in, and surprisingly walked in, and within, I'd say probably the first minute, I immediately, just talking to people, the first 3 people I met actually, when I got out of my truck that day, it was incredible. And I walked into that room by accident, and that accident was intentional, in my opinion now. Looking back, that accident was intended by God. He had aligned the stars because that was the day that I walked into a room that changed my life. I met my sponsor, I met my grand sponsor, I met all kinds of people who supported me, who would encourage me throughout my recovery journey. And these people became very, very influential in my recovery pathway, if you will. And I always say that, God had that all timed out. I remember July the 6th was my first day of sobriety, 2021, and 3 days into my sobriety, my son goes on the injured list. And I'm like, which means he can't play baseball. And, well, shit, he can't touch a baseball for 4 or 5 months. Well, I guess I got nothing else to do but pour myself into AA. looking back, I can clearly see that that was God aligning, God's timing. God had timed everything to pan out, from my son's baseball injury 3 days into my sobriety to me walking into that room by accident when 28 days into sobriety. God had all these things laid out because, and here's where I'm driving to. He was tired of all my bullshit excuses. I firmly believe day 2, I woke up and all of my withdrawal symptoms were gone. The shakes, the tremors, the elevated heart rate, blood pressure, everything was gone. And it was like God was telling me, I'm tired of all your bullshit excuses. I want to see how serious you are. And matter of fact, God even said, I'm going to remove all your bullshit excuses. He's going to remove the baseball. He's going to remove those preconceived ideas that I had in my head about this AA thing. And he's going to flip the script. He's going to turn the tables on me to where I can actually go, maybe this thing will work. And lo and behold, I'm here to tell you, as proof positive, that it does. It does work. And so timing is everything. The time that you're going through right now in your life, you may not understand it. You may be, I remember doing this, I'm a week sober, but I got this coming up, and now's not a good time for me to try to focus on sobriety. So I'll just go back to drinking again and take care of this, and then I'll stop. Or you may be like me in some cases. Now's not a good time to stop at all, so I'll just wait till Monday. Timing is everything. And the time that you may be going through, this point in time in your life that you may be going through right now, God has a reason why he's got you going through it. He's got a reason why he's got you going through it. What may seem like adversity, what may seem like struggle, what may seem like bullshit, there's a reason. And I can tell you firsthand account, all the quote unquote bad things that I thought were happening to me, like my son going on the IL, that accident that was keeping me from getting to my AA meeting. God had his own timetable, if you will. He had his own plan. And I'm thankful to this day that he worked things out the way he worked them out, because I may not be sitting here otherwise. So I want to encourage you today. It may seem like you're going through a lot right now, but I also think back to this. That's part of your story. That's going to become part of your story. We watch TV shows day in, day out. And the reason why we tune in is because there's a lot of excitement, a lot of drama, a lot of bad shit happening to our characters, our favorite characters on TV, and yet we tune right back in. This is part of your story. This trial, this tribulation that you might be going through is going to be part of your story that you're going to be able to share with someone else and help inspire them and help them find that serenity that we all seek. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. I hope you guys have an absolutely kick-ass Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. It's hump day. Woo! If you guys have a topic you'd like to have discussed in the recovery classroom, feel free to drop it in the Facebook page there. We'll take a look at it, see what we could do. I want to thank you guys again for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. This keeps me sober. I promise you. And I do hope that you do find experience, strength, and hope from these words as well. So I'll let you guys go. Hope you guys have a kick-ass day. Remember, guys, you cannot get drunk if you don't take that first drink.